Hi everyone. The Maryland non-resident withholding tax applies to those parties selling real property in the state of Maryland who are non-Maryland residents, or for entities, it's a non-resident entity. For individuals, it's 8% of the net proceeds, and for non-resident entities, it's 8.25% of the net proceeds. There are some exemptions that may apply to the seller, which would allow the seller to avoid paying the tax, and I'll get to those in a moment. First, I want to mention that the state's really just holding this money to make sure the seller does not owe the state of Maryland any taxes, right? So if the seller doesn't owe Maryland anything and applies for that tax return the following year, the seller should receive back those funds. As for the exemptions, the main one we use at the title company level, right? That means that we do not have to have the seller send in that application to the comptroller's office and so forth beforehand. It's called the primary residence exemption. For that exemption to apply, a two-factor test is used. One is that the seller has lived in the property for at least 2 out of the last 5 years as a primary resident. And those years do not have to be consecutive. The second factor that is necessary for that exemption to apply is that the State Department of Assessments and Taxation, SDAT, has that property listed as the seller's primary residence. If those two factors are met, then the primary residence exemption applies, and all we do is have the seller check a box and sign a form that we attach to the deed, and we're square. No money is withheld, and that application to the comptroller's office is unnecessary. If that exemption does not apply, and the seller may qualify for another exemption, you can review those in the link that I posted somewhere around this video and see whether the seller may be exempt. Now, sending in that application is important. It's 21 days ahead of settlement and so forth, and you can review what's needed on that form and pass it along to your seller. And please let me know whether you have any questions. Thanks for watching.